Let's talk about charting a career plan for yourself. Okay, I'm going to be really practical in this video. Let's talk about charting a career plan for yourself. Now, if you want to achieve your next career goal, right, and you want to make sure that it actually comes to pass, what you are thinking in your mind, you need to write it down. That's the first thing you need to do. Like, it looks like, is this okay? I'm thinking in my mind, I want to progress to the next level of my career. Okay, and that is just what it is. Okay, I want to progress maybe in the next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. Okay, so that's it. I'm just thinking about it, and that's it. Month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4. There is no structure, there is no thought process, there is no putting things into perspective. Nothing. 99% of the time, I'm not going to achieve it. It's what it is. I'm not just going to achieve it. Because at this point, it's just sitting somewhere in my brain that I need to progress, but I'm not taking action. And look, you can only get to the point to take action when you know what action to take. And that is why I want this video to send them a message today, which is basically you need to pen down what you're thinking. Now, this is where you will start. And I'm hoping to come up with some sort of templates that will help you achieve everything I've said in this video. I'll sort of back it up for you. Okay. So look, the first thing you need to do is to think, what will be my career goal if I had no impediments or limitations? If, for instance, the way I'm dreaming it is the way it's gonna happen, if I didn't have any limitations at all, what will my career goal be? That's where you need to start. And I'll tell you the reason why you need to start from there. Because typically, as humans, we are more invested in the negative. It's just how we're wired. So when we've got a goal, because that goal is still sitting in our mind, we think of one positive goal and we think about 10 limitations or excuses or impediments that would not make us achieve that goal. And now it's just like a weed growing around a flower that you've planted. The weed is just going to overshadow it and it's just going, except you sort of weed out the grass and all of that. Well, that idea is not going to blossom. Basically, that's it. So think about a goal that you want to achieve, that you love to achieve if you did not have any impediment. Think about that goal. Write it down for your career, right? Write it down. Now, the next step is to then say, what are the implications? Now, if you notice, I used impediments, I used limitations, excuses, and all of that initially. If you did not have all of that, what is your goal? Now, you will now think about the implications of you trying to achieve that goal. Implication versus impediment or limitation. They are two different things. Implication is just, what are the consequences of me trying to achieve this goal? They are not necessarily negative. Okay, so you are trying to sort of change that negative situation into a positive one. So we're talking about implications. So what are the implications? I've got a couple, and I'm going to use my own personal experience for you. Now, there may be some areas I want to get to in my personal life or in my career that I may sort of be delayed in just because of my personal situation, like childcare, like my location, like different things, right? And I need to think through it. Now, this is how I do my plan. 12 months, 18 months, 5 years, whatever it is, right? Number one, you need to think about the financial implication of your goal. Now, if I really want to be a VP finance in the next 1 year, what does it mean financially for me? it may be the case that you need some personal trainings. Okay, maybe in some feedback you've gotten so far from your work, they've said, oh, there is this technical area of your work that you kind of are still struggling with. So you can then say, okay, this is a data tool that I've been said to use. Let me pay to get some weekend courses in to get there. It can be as simple as that. It can also be as highly demanding financially from a perspective. Let me share a practical example from my own life for you. Now, I've got a boy, my son, who has not gotten into mainstream school, and I'm in the UK, and for me to be able to work full time, travel, go on trips and all of that to my clients and all of that, I need to invest in his childcare. So I need to pay people heavily, or pay a minder heavily, or pay a nursery heavily to be able to keep him for the full day while I pursue my goal. Okay? And this is a lot of money. Okay? Now, the question is, am I willing to make that sacrifice? Okay? That's the financial implication. So that's an example of a financial implication. In your own case, determine what your financial implication is. All right? There is people implication. I'm trying to become a VP finance, right? What is the people/network implication? Now, I don't know your organization, but in my own organization, for instance, and with many organizations that are structured, you need to onboard a career sponsor who will say, I am ready to work with Ore on a next level or the next progression. So, for instance, if I'm getting someone to sponsor me, so this person will be at maybe like a director or partner level, that will say, Ore is currently a manager. I'm more than happy to work with Ore as a senior manager because I think she's demonstrating all the things I need her to demonstrate to be able to work at that level. Okay? So it means I need to onboard a sponsor. And one of the ways to do that is to build a meaningful relationship with my bosses who will bang the table for me. Okay? Now, I need to write it down. Who are the people that matter? You are building relationships with your peers that have no meaningful attributes, input into your progression. You're investing so much time there and you're ignoring the people that have the say. That's what I see happen most times. So you need to think about it deeply. You need to onboard a sponsor. So you write it down. I need to onboard a sponsor because I've worked with A, B, C, D, E people. I know I've got slightly good relationship with these. So you need to chat it out and to say, okay, if I, get this relationship right, that relationship right, and I have those conversations and I do everything they ask me to do, I am most likely to get there. So you note it down. Some of it can be networking over drinks, going out, responding to invites when you're invited, just having normal talks, chats, asking those people you want their support, asking them if they have anything that you can help them with, different things. You think about it, practical things, right? Write them down. Once you get ideas as to how to improve the relationship, write them. Those are the people implications, okay, of you getting to the next level of your career. Another one is qualifications, right? And getting to the next level of your career can be applying out, right? It can be applying from your current organization to another. It can be a career transition. Probably you were in finance operations before, you want to move into investment banking or whatever it is you want to do, right? So qualifications, are you qualified? Do you have the right set of skills? What is the qualification implication? So do you have the experience? Do you have the knowledge? What if you don't, how can you get it? Because if you don't write it down, you wouldn't even be able to do that assessment. So this is a case of doing proper assessment of where you need to be. Okay. So think about it from knowledge perspective, from your skills perspective, and all of that. Now think about your location. The implication of your location. There are some goals you want to have in your life. There's some career goals that are so big that you may need to change your location because your location is limiting. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Look at where you are. You need to look at where you are and say, other than your organization, where you are based, in the city you live in, that career goal that you want to achieve, if you had no impediment, can that city deliver it to you? If the answer is no, I'm sorry, maybe you need to pack up. But if you don't do this assessment, if you don't write down, you would not know, right? Same applies to the company you are in. Check your goal. If you did not have any impediment, will this company, this firm, this entity I work with, will they be able to deliver this goal to me? If the answer is no, you may have to pack up and leave. You need to go to the place that strengthens the journey of where you're going. Okay? Now, what is the routine or habit implication? It's like, so let me use that typical example again. You are an associate, for instance, finance, and you want to become a VP finance, right? What is the implication on your routine and your habits? Because obviously, you need to now be flat out fantastic at your work. Not just at the level of expectation for your current role. You need to be demonstrating at the next level. Because that's it. If you don't demonstrate at the next level, I doubt anybody will want to give you a promotion. Okay? In that instance, it means that you need to start thinking about those things you're currently doing in your role right now will necessarily not serve you for the next role you are trying to aim at. So, you may need to find time to clear your desk, move those things away to make time for more meaningful strategic things that will put you in that position to be ready for where you are going. Now, practical example, delegation. You've been doing a report since 3 years ago. You've been in that role. You want to apply to another role. You want to get into another role. That report is probably not a report done at that role. So why are you still doing that report now? Is there someone on your team that can take it on? Do you want to start having conversations about what you're doing? To say, look, I'm done doing this same set of things I've been doing. Can I move? Can I start doing more meaningful things that align to where I want to get to? So you can start thinking delegation. Okay? You can start thinking about productivity acts like managing your calendar like your life depends on it. Like blocking out your calendar for important things. There are some career pedestal you want to get to. The technical area of your work will be networking and reading. It will amaze you. They pay people to just read. There are some career levels you get to. You're reading, you're staying on top of industry trends, determining the implication of it, giving your advice and recommendation, and networking, business development. If that is what is expected at the next level, why are you still sitting down doing the same set of reports or the same set of things you do? So you need to block out your calendar for important. So you need to look at, okay, in this next role, what are the 4 most important things that will be required to do in that role? Obviously, there are people that are already in that role, so you know them, right? In fact, if your organization allows it, go and have a couple of chats with them to say, what do you do on a daily basis? What are the things you do? What the meetings you go for? How do you do it? How do you communicate? What does your business communication look like? What do you say when you get to meetings? How do you, these reports you submit to the board, how do you put it together? And all of that. Can I help you? Can I, make out time to do what is important for the purpose of your career. That means you need to let go of some things that you do closing your eyes. You need to leave that space. Also, in terms of your well-being, if you want to progress into your next level of career, you want to reach your goals, you need to take care of your health. Okay? You need to take care of your health. You need to eat the right food for your body. You need to exercise, go for walks. Go for walks. It is extremely important. Go for walks, breathe in properly, breathe out, relax, be in control of your well-being. Okay? If there are supplements, you just because obviously you're stressed, depending on the city where you live in and the kind of work you do, use your supplements. Use your supplements. It's very important. You want to progress into whatever and you're not feeling well. Every time you're calling in sick, people will get tired. So take care of your body. Take care of your body. Your body is the house. The house is your brilliant mind. So take care of your body. Okay? Make sure that your routine aligns. So obviously, if you want to progress into a new role in the next 12 to 18 months, trying to get into that role, things will even change in terms of the kind of work you do. I've said that before. But the intensity and the consistency will also be impacted. So you need to think about it. Maybe others resume work at 9. You may be thinking about, okay, if I do 30 minutes before orders, 30 minutes after orders, creating that perception. Okay, that's part of it. There's just so much to unwrap in this video. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about is the implication of your distracted mind. It's not going to be business as usual. It's no longer BAU. No. It's no longer BAU. Your mind that continues to get distracted such that you don't get through the pieces of your work you need to get through. You need to start boxing your mind to do what you need it to do. You need to take control of your mind. It's a thing. You need to take control of your mind. You need to put 1 hour blocks to say, in this hour, I'm doing this. In that hour, I'm doing this. And in my head, other than using my calendar to basically shape how my day looks like, I know within this hour, for instance, I'm doing this content and that content, and in the next hour it may be an hour for rest, for me to just relax. The next hour can be a particular project I'm working on, making progress on it. Box your mind, you versus your distracted mind at this point. So you need to take care of your mind. Now, I've said it before, the driver of your goal is probably the city you live in, or the company or the firm you work with. So, and it's important that that vehicle or the driver is aligned positively to where you're looking to get to. Okay? If it is not aligned, you may have to make critical career decisions. Okay? I'm just going to leave it at this point, and I hope this sort of gives you perspective into how to sort of draw up a plan for yourself in the next 12 to 18 months, or even a longer term plan, 5 to 10 years. Thank you very much, and hope to see you in the next video.